Hello everybody, welcome back to United Way. It is the 4th of December and yes, I will be wearing this Christmas hat up until the last match before the new year. Yeah, I know. Call me crazy, but I'm going to get the Christmas theme in. It has to be Christmas themed. You know what I mean? It has to be. Let me fit my hat. Let me look beautiful for all you people. But yeah, Christmas hat, Christmas background. Man United. You know what I mean? Hopefully we can beat Newcastle so I can sing, you know, the Man United winning away song. Fingers crossed. But yeah, Manchester United are coming up, are travelling to St. James's Park on tomorrow, 2nd of December. It's going to be a tough test. I'm expecting Newcastle to give us a good game. You know, the thing is about Newcastle, and we all know you can never, ever write Newcastle off at St. James's Park. But listen, like I said, we're going to talk through Newcastle as well, like we always do. I mean, you know, I wouldn't be the biggest, you know, obviously I'm not a big fan of Newcastle, but you have to give them respect for what they've done. You know what I mean? Eddie Howe has come in and, you know, some maybe would have said he was punching above his weight. You know, I remember Newcastle looking at Unai Emery. I mean, if Newcastle brought in Unai Emery, that'll be some appointment. I mean, you look at what Unai Emery's doing at Aston Villa. Imagine what he could have done at Newcastle, who are in decent form. I am trying to get my predicted 11 up on the screen, so I do apologise. But yeah, like I said, this is the new. You're going to see it this Christmas hat up until Christmas for the month of December. So come the 4th of January, it will be gone, and we'll be back to the usual background. But I thought we'd do this Christmas. Yeah, presents, Christmas tree, snow in the background. I mean, come on. If you're a Grinch, I recommend you don't come on in because I love Christmas. So yeah, this is, like I said, you're going to see a lot of this. You're going to see a lot of this Christmas stuff. And listen, if you know me, I just come in with these crazy things. But again, before we get stuck in, please like, comment, and hit that big red subscribe button. Be much appreciated as always, you bunch of legends. And yeah, I mean, listen, follow our socials as well, links in the description, and be much appreciated also. But as always, there will be a live watch along on the channel. Yeah, here we go, a live watch along at 7:30. That's actually meant to be 7:45, but look, we'll go with 7:30. It's going to be an interesting game against Newcastle. It really is. I mean, you know, they're a decent team. But yeah, there will be a live watch along here with myself on the United Way YouTube channel. That 7:30 is meant to be 7:45. But we'll go with 7:30 anyway. So join me from 7:30 p.m. Now let's get stuck in and let's talk about Manchester United. I mean, you look at Manchester United coming into this game after a 3-3 draw against Galatasaray in the UEFA Champions League. We started off well in that game. You know, it was a tough stadium to go to. And we decided to slip up a 2-goal lead, which it's not the first lead we've slipped up, by the way. It's not the first lead we slipped up. But here is our previous 5 games in all competitions. So we beat Fulham 1-0. We lost 4-3 against Copenhagen in the Champions League. We beat Luton Town 1-0. We beat Everton 3-0. And like the game I was just speaking about, we drew 3-3 against Galatasaray. Now, on form, I think we're in the top 6. Are we forced or something like that in Premier League form? But away form, it's a bit iffy. But that is our previous 5. Again, I'll put it back up on the screen. It's not impressive. we haven't lost our previous 3 games in all competitions, but truthfully speaking, if we were a normal team that didn't slip up leads, we would have beat Galatasaray. But yeah, on it. But yeah, I mean, again, like I said at the start of the stream, it's going to be a very, very, very tough test. I mean, we will go through Newcastle's form after I speak with Manchester United, but it's going to be a tough test. And like I said, you can never write off Newcastle at St. James's Park. I mean, they played us in the Carabao Cup with a rotated squad. I know we had a few rotations ourselves, but still, it was at Old Trafford and we lost 3-0. And yeah, if we literally go and play the same like we did in the 3-0 loss, it's going to be more than 3-0 Newcastle. Like I kid you not. Again, I know we're trying to get the Christmas spirit in, but my prediction, it's what I'll take. It's what I'll take, and it's a shame that I'm taking it. But yeah, it's going to be a very, very tough test. St. James's Park. It's another passionate fan base, hostile atmosphere. Their form there is solid. So yeah, it's going to be tough. But listen, what will Ten Hag do to Andre Onana? Will he stick or twist? Will he stick with him? Will he twist? Personally, honestly, go mad at me if needs be. I would personally bring in Boy in there, but we know Ten Hag is going to start Onana. I can give you reasons why I want Boy in there to start, but I don't think he will play Boy in there. So that's just one of the reasons why trying to fix my hat. That's just I play Boy in there because I feel like just taking Onana out of that squad would be the best thing for him. And with AFCON coming up, Onana be going there. So regardless of how Ten Hag likes it or not, he will have to play Boy in there. We brought him in. He was always going to be the number 2, but why not give him an opportunity? You look at other teams doing it. Arsenal, I know they have 2 good, Ramsdale and Raya, 2 keepers you want. First team, he want to be in their starting lineup week in, week out, regardless of who it is, or what competition it is. So you have to give Boy in there his chance. But listen, the mistakes Onana made in the Champions League, I hate to say it, but I don't want to sound like a backstabber, but if we have De Gea in goal, we do. Right, the Copenhagen loss, all right, fair enough. He didn't really make mistakes, I think. But you look at the Bayern Munich game where we lost. The Galatasaray game where he kind of made the mistake and passed it straight out. They got a pen, even though it was wide. But anyways, let's just speak about the Galatasaray game. And by the way, it's not just the Champions League games he's done it in. He's done it in a few Premier League games also. But it's weird because we were starting to see him play well, and we thought, all right, fair enough, nice, I like it. Proving us wrong. But then he goes and makes clumsy errors, clumsy mistakes against Galatasaray. And I don't know. I mean, I really do worry. But I tell you now, if we do not lose, we do not draw against Galatasaray to Hayes and goal, we win. We got rid of Hay last season because he was making the exact same mistakes Onana was. What's the difference between Onana and Hay? We brought in Onana to play her from the back. We haven't played her from the back. We can't do it. We haven't got the capability to do it. So why bother? Just why bother? That's what I want to know. But what would you do with Andre Onana? Do you think Ten Hag will drop him, or do you think he will play him? Personally, I think he'll play him. I do think he'll play him. Would I? I know, but I think he'll play him. Because Ten Hag backs his players. He's doing it with Rashford. He's doing it with Anthony. He's doing it with Onana. So he's gonna, he's hardly gonna back Rashford and Anthony when he's not gonna drop Onana when he's backing down 2 players who wouldn't be flying either. But again, what we do need to maybe stop those mistakes is we need control. We need control. It's what Manchester United need. It's what we cannot control games. So what I mean is, right, by control, is if we go a goal up, right, which would be brilliant if we went to goal up. But it's, honestly, I feel like when we go ahead, it's our most vulnerable. If we go a goal up, 1-0, whatever, right, and Newcastle are going to hit us. Newcastle are going to score against us tomorrow. Whether it's 1 goal, 2 goal, 3 goal, 4 goal, you can't keep a clean sheet against Newcastle. You can't. All right, it's as simple as that. I can't think of the last team who did. Bournemouth, for example, they kept it, but hostile. We need control, and the game plan has to be. Ten Hag nearly has to have 3 or 4 game plans. If you go a goal up, keep going. Take control. If we're losing, relax. Just stick to the game plan. Like, I hardly think Ten Hag went to that changing room at half time against Galatasaray and said, right, let's just forget the game plan and sit back. Because by sitting back against Newcastle, and we've, I know in games, you see some of the Luton Towns or the Sheffield Uniteds do it against the big teams. They know how to they know how to do it because that's what they're shaped up to do. That's what they aim to do. If they get a goal, they get a goal. Manchester United, we don't know how to defend the lead. We're useless at it. Under pressure, we're useless at it. Last season, you could hit us, but we still managed to get the win. We can deal with the pressure against, I can't believe I'm saying we're actually dealing with pressure against the lower teams, the Luton Towns, the Sheffield United, the Burnleys, the Nottingham Forest even. You can deal with that. But if you want to be a top team, you have to deal with possession. You have to deal with the press. And Newcastle have a very, very good team. Very, very good team. And it's something we need to work on. Even if we get the ball. If we get the ball, control the ball. Don't be looking for the long ball over the top. It's not going to work. Regardless. Newcastle are very tall defenders. Even the ones that are fit, are not injured, have tall defenders. So doing that long ball over the top, it's not going to work. Just simple ball and don't do anything stupid. And keep everything tight. But let us know what you think. Like, control, I don't think we're going to keep control of the ball. We can't do it. Because every time we get the ball, Newcastle are going to be on top of us. Because we've witnessed it many games ago, many seasons ago. When we get the ball at the back or whatever, teams press us, we crumble. Simple as. Teams press us, everyone runs forward, bang. It is what it is. Manchester United don't know how to do it. So I can't see us taking a lot of control. But it'd be nice. But you have to play the players, that'd be nice. And again, this brings me on to the kind of next point is it is time to make changes. Listen, I'd bring in Varane. Right? Bring in Varane, right? This is the team I'd love to see Ten Hag play. And I'm going to copy the fan channel who done it last night. They went with Onana in there. It's going to happen. I'd rather buy in there, but it's Onana in there. He went Reguilon, Shaw, Harry Maguire, Wan-Bissaka, Amrabat, Mainu, Bruno, Garnacho, Rashford, and Højlund. That's what it was. Amrabat, I don't know how to describe his performance against Galatasaray. Not even against Galatasaray in recent games. Again, he hasn't got the chance. He hasn't really got a chance to prove why we brought him in. So how do we go about it? Is what I'm trying to say. We need to make changes. He needs to bring in Varane. Sorry, Luke Shaw Varane, not Luke Shaw Maguire. I think I said Luke Shaw Maguire. Luke Shaw Varane. But he's not going to play Varane. He's not going to play Varane. He didn't play him against Galatasaray. And again, I know some people are saying, why would he play Varane? Did you see the way he played against Copenhagen when he came on? Fair enough, but the player's going to be like that. He's Varane literally won nearly everything with Real Madrid. Champions Leagues, domestic trophies. I think you World Cup winner. I mean, come on. What more? Come on. Didn't win the Euros. Did he? Who won the Euros? Argentina. So, a runner-up in the World Cup final. Can't believe I forgot Argentina won the World Cup. Jeez, that's a year ago now. But anyways, it's what we have to work on. It's what we have to work on. And Ten Hag has to make changes. He can't be stubborn. He has to make changes. Not many, one or two changes. One or two changes. I can say bring in this player, that player, but we all know he's not gonna. He's gonna stick with the same team he did against Galatasaray. But my predicted 11 is literally what I want to see, not what Ten Hag will pick. And it's something I don't really do. But if you want to beat Newcastle, I guess some sort of result against Newcastle, it's what we have to do. But let's know what you think. There is a time to make changes in certain areas. So what to expect? Again, I pretty much spoke about it. What to expect? If you literally listen, regardless of what's going on at Newcastle, and I hope I'm wrong, because Manchester United we're totally written off in this game. Newcastle are the favourites. If it was Old Trafford, he'd probably still be the favourites. Who knows? But maybe listen, when we're written off in games, sometimes it can be good. Now, we're written off against Man City. We lost. Fair enough. But it's Man City at the end of the day. Look at them. They can beat any team when they want. But if you're written off, it can probably be a benefit. But what to expect? I'd expect Newcastle always have a quick start. You know what I mean? Their home form is just brilliant. Their away form is a bit iffy, but still, I watched them play PSG tonight, and with the injuries they have, they got their goal and tried to protect that lead if it wasn't for VAR. But listen, that's VAR. I'm not going to speak with VAR because everyone knows it's ridiculous. Simple as. So what to expect is, I hate to admit it, but I think we'll be constantly trying that long ball, to whoever's starting up top. Obviously, you'd expect Rasmus to start, and Rashford will probably come back into the squad. So we have to, and Newcastle are just going to press us every time we get the ball. It is what it is. Newcastle are going to keep pressing us, and our defence is going to be very, very busy. That's what honestly I can see happening. I can see us getting a few chances. I can see us finishing one or two. But trust me, there'll be. I wouldn't say there'll be goals, but one thing about Manchester United, which has been a positive recently, we're fine in the back of the net, but we sort of struggled to defend. If Everton had a solid forward line, I'm telling you, they probably could have got a draw against us or beaten us. Who knows? That game could have been a lot closer than it was. But listen, it is what it is. I mean, I know I'm not really. I don't really what to expect. It's hard to know what to expect, but I do expect us to get chances. I do. I do expect us to get a few decent opportunities, chances. But Newcastle, we just don't have the team yet to, listen, we could go toe to toe. You don't know how this game's going to go. Both sets of teams would be angry because they didn't win their Champions League games, which they were well needed wins. So both teams could be coming into this game angry, looking for a bit of, looking to hurt a team, and hopefully we can do that. But Newcastle will definitely be the livelier side, if that makes sense, and we'll basically have our chances. It'd be simple as that. I mean, it'd be nice to say, "Oh, Manchester United go to Goodison Park, St. James's Park," and absolutely be hitting them. It's not what we do. It is not what we do. How How can Man United beat Newcastle United? Jesus, defend well. It has to be. That midfield has to be tight. And, start your quickest forward line. And you're going to have to give service to Hoyland. And we're going to have to get that ball in behind. Not over the top, in behind. And we have to capitalise on everything. It is what it is. We have to defend well. And that midfield has to be solid. And that attacking line has to take its chances and don't be greedy. And be consistent from minute 1 to minute 90. Or minute 100 away at the time's gone these days. But how do you think Manchester United could beat Newcastle? It's not going to be easy. There's many ways, but to be truthfully speaking, who knows? But let's talk about Newcastle United. I will go through both teams' sets of stats in a few as well before we end. So Newcastle's form, the previous 5 is, if it comes up on the screen, there we go. So they beat Arsenal by a goal to 0. They lost 2-0 against Dortmund in the Champions League. They lost 2-0 against Newcastle, against Bournemouth in the Premier League. And they beat Chelsea last weekend by 4 goals to 1. Well, we thought Chelsea were coming into form. They go to Goodison Park. What if you say Goodison Park, St. James's Park, and get humiliated, you could say. It's what they can do. And they drew 1-1 against PSG as well. Listen, looking at the previous 5, it's not the most impressive. Lost against Dortmund, lost against Bournemouth. But then you look at the previous 2 games. They're tough games. And they didn't lose both. They should have beat PSG as much as Newcastle were constantly sitting back. They were getting forward when they could. And I did watch that game as well. Beating Arsenal again. VAR controversy, it is what it is. Dortmund, alright, fair enough. Loss. Bournemouth, I was surprised he lost 2-0 against Bournemouth. But listen, it is what it is. It is what it is. Newcastle's top goal scorer. It is Callum Wilson is up there as well with 7 goals, but I think he's out for this game. So, yeah. He's definitely a man to look out for. He really, really is a man to look out for. For me, he's definitely Newcastle's danger man. They have a few. They have Almiron, Gordon, Guimaraes, Joelinton, Longstaff, Isaac, if I haven't met, Trippier even. They have a lot of threats there, no doubt about it. And their top assister is their captain, who I actually really rate. I'm rating Manchester United, never signed him. Is Kieran Trippier. You know what? He really is. And I will go back to Isaac, but Trippier, set pieces are good, and the set pieces are very good. I always remember that free kick he scored against Man City last season. I think it ended 2-2 or 3-3, but he knows how to pick a man out, and he knows how to score a goal himself, I'm sure. He can be a very emotional man when his team don't win, as we all can. He definitely is, and he's a decent player. And but Isaac as well, he's came back from his injury, and he's found it back in net fairly quick. He scored against PSG. I know some say it was a tap in, but if you're not there, you can't score them. So it is what it is. So will Newcastle fancy their chances? Most definitely, Newcastle will fancy their chances. At St. James's Park, they'd be looking at the last time they played at St. James's Park, thinking we beat Chelsea 4-1. Why can't we not do the same against vulnerable Man United team? We are vulnerable, I hate to admit it. So definitely Newcastle will fancy their chances, no doubt about it. Which is a shame to say that. I can't remember many watch-up previews I've done where I've said, I can't see them fancying their chances. Maybe Luton Town. But do I fancy my chance? Do I fancy my chances? Do I fancy Man United's chances? If we play our cards right, yeah. But if you play like we did against maybe Everton in the first half and Galatasaray even in the second half, yeah. But how can Newcastle beat Man United? Now, I think Newcastle honestly are going to test Onana a lot tomorrow. I can see them taking a few long shots. I can really see Newcastle belting a few long shots to Onana. I really, really can. I can see them doing a few long shots. But how they can is basically just test Onana, whether it's from distance or set free kick, and just pretty much hit us, press us. Even if we get the ball, press us. It's honestly not that easy, and yeah, I mean, just basically get on us. Literally, just get on us. That it's simple as that. It really, really is. It's not rocket science. Honestly, it's not rocket science on how Newcastle could beat Man United. It's not. But how do you think Newcastle could beat Manchester United? But obviously Newcastle have a few injuries. Again, so do we as well. Now, we have Licha, Casemiro, Malacia, Amal Diallo, Christian Eriksen. We have a few, Mason Mount. We have a fair few injuries ourselves, no doubt about that. So Newcastle are getting no sympathy from me, because Man United don't get sympathy, so why should they? But Eddie Howe has confirmed that neither Sean Longstaff, I think this was the player I was talking about, nor Joe Willock will be fit in time to face Man United on Saturday. Newcastle could be without 11 first-team players, with Sven Botman, Harvey Barnes, Callum Wilson, Jacob Murphy, Dan Bourne, Elliot Anderson, Matt Target, Javier Manquillo, and Sandro Tonali also unavailable. So that's listen, it's a positive, but they beat Chelsea 4-1 and they drew 1-1 against PSG. So it's a positive that those players are out. But can we still get a result against them? I don't know. Again, Newcastle's home form is brilliant, like we just spoke about, and Man United's away form, it's not the best. It really, really isn't not the best. And yeah, I mean, hopefully we can get the job done with those injuries they have, but we have a fair few ourselves. But we're going to go through Newcastle stats alongside Manchester United, but we'll start off with Newcastle, start the best to last. Newcastle average goals scored per match is 2.38. Average goals conceded per match is 1.08. They've kept 5 clean sheets. Chances created per match is 2.38. So the average goals per match is the same chances created per match. And they're 7th in the Premier League with 23 points. So if they beat us, I think they go above us. So yeah. Manchester United, average goals scored per match 1.23. Average goals conceded per match 1.23. Clean sheets 5, same as Newcastle. Chances created per match. Chances created per match is 1.77, and Manchester United are 6th in the Premier League, just a point ahead of Newcastle with 24 points. A win can definitely push us up to that top 4 spot. But that are the stats. Newcastle score a lot of goals, but again, it's going to be an interesting game. I'm looking forward to it. I really, really am. My predicted 11. My predictions. So again, let us know what your predicted 11s are and score predictions in the chat. But here's my predicted 11. I'm going to go on in net, a back 4 of Reguilon, left back, Luke Shaw, and Harry Maguire as the 2 centre backs. I know I said he should bring in Varane, but he's going to start Maguire. It's simple as, unfortunately. Aaron Wan-Bissaka right back. I think he should start Manu, definitely. But I'm also going to go with Scott McTominay. I mean, I just don't think he's going to drop McTominay. McTominay just scores the goal and he'll live on it until he scores the next. And then Bruno Fernandes. Garnacho on the left. Rashford returns on the right. I know Anthony played reasonably sound against Galatasaray, but if he wants that long ball to drop to Rashford, he'll play Rashford. And Rasmus Højlund up top, who still hasn't found the net in the Premier League. So, but again, is it a team that can get results? I wouldn't be totally, like I said, I prefer to see Onana, Reguilon, Shaw, Varane, Wan-Bissaka, Manu, maybe even Amrabat, Garnacho, Rashford, obviously Bruno, and Højlund up top. But let us know what your pick 11s are in the comments also. And again, my prediction,
I don't like draws, but I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw. It's what this is probably more what I'm hoping than what I think. I think Isak and Anthony Gordon will score for them. I mean, Gordon's been flying this season, and Isak just finds the back of the net per usual. And I think Bruno will score for us again, and so will Garnacho as well. Hopefully, we can get the job done. But yeah, 2-2. It's not what I want, but it's what I'll take. If it's what I think will happen, I'll take a draw. No doubt about that. But again, that has been the Manchester United versus Newcastle United Premier League preview. Like I said, I got rid of the blue thing, but there will be a live watch along here on the United YouTube channel with myself from 7:45, not 7:30, 7:45. I do apologise about that one. But until then, thanks everybody for watching. Please like, comment, and hit that big red subscribe button. A bit of a longer preview today, but the game kicks off at 8 p.m. We'll be live at around 7:30, 7:45 for the watch along. But again, hope you like the Christmas theme. Like I said, if you're here all the way up until the end of December. So yeah, until then, thanks everybody for watching, and we'll speak to you all on the next one. Have a good one. Come on, United, let's get the win. Come on.